Moreland Trice also listed one specific instance from July 2024 where she was with Gibson at a training session and heard her state that black people would be more inclined to shop at Whole Foods if the store offered chitlins and greens. How much are they charging? How much are they charging? Because we're not paying Whole Foods prices for chitlins and greens. I can tell you that right now. Hey, shout out to all the subscribers and members here on the channel. I'm Reese Waters, and this is Racist of the Week, where we explore the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we can build a more perfect union. And also laugh. As usual, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Racism. And of course, if you have any nominees, you can drop them in the comments. You can email me at admin@reesewaters.com. Today's nominee, Eastpointe Community School Superintendent Christina Gibson. Now, you know it's bad when I have my choice of headlines. Let's look at our options, shall we? We have white superintendent facing 5th racial discrimination lawsuit. Okay, we'll definitely have to circle back around to that. Michigan school superintendent Karen allegedly dropped N's in front of black staff several times, but that's not all. That must have something to do with those 5 lawsuits. But let's go with this one, because the Atlanta Black Star is always reliable. A white superintendent who allegedly admitted to using N's and preventing black principals from sitting together during meetings, it's now facing 5th discrimination lawsuit in 2 years. I like how they went and circled the block and then collected, a little bit of racism from this suit, a little bit of racism from this suit, a little bit of racism from this suit. It's like a little racism tax that they did circling around. Wouldn't let black principals sit together. Did you think they were gonna plan an uprising?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Is that what she thought? I wonder how many principals it took for rebellion to take hold. Like, I can give you 3 in a row, but we're not doing 4. A black elementary school principal in Michigan is taking her school district and the superintendent to civil court, alleging that the district leader has made racist remarks and cultivated a racially hostile work environment against black employees. Pleasantview Elementary School principal Felicia Moreland Trice brought the federal lawsuit against Eastpointe Community Schools and its superintendent, Christina Gibson. Atlanta Black Star obtained the complaint that accuses Gibson of making racist comments and displaying a pattern of discriminatory behavior towards black employees. According to the suit, Gibson admitted to using N's in front of black school district employees. Now I'm gonna have to stop us right there. What was her defense for that? What was her defense? What was her... I need to know. Like, was she rapping along to Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance? Like, I need to know what the context could have been for the superintendent to drop N's.
She's just a racist. End, isn't she? You wouldn't dispute that.
It's not about her. It's not about her. It's about
well, it is about her.
Coming together and supporting another white person, and it doesn't matter.
Why would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in a country.
No, that's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
Mm-hmm. I do, quite frankly.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo.
Yeah, well, if you use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech.
Just to be clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be
She
appropriate
uses
to
it
use the
about
N
black
word?
people.
When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Who knew Michigan was the most liberal place on earth? I have no idea. According to the suit, Gibson admitted to using ends in front of black school district employees, didn't allow black principals to sit together at district meetings when white school leaders could sit where they'd like, and talk down to black female employees. Now, one thing about the things that she's alleging, they do go together, do they not? They do go together. I think the woman who would be out here dropping ends outside of repeating a 38 special verse, that woman would probably talk down to the black female employees, especially if she wouldn't let them sit together at meetings where the white folks would sit where they like. Those all very consistent character traits. Like if we were constructing a character for a movie or a book, that would be very consistent. I would greenlight that one for just your straight out of the box, standard issue, racist Karen.
I'll let the American people decide who the weirdos are, because I think we know.
Moreland Trice also listed one specific instance from July 2024 where she was with Gibson at a training session and heard her state that black people would be more inclined to shop at Whole Foods if the store offered chitlins and greens. How much are they charging? How much are they charging? Because we're not paying Whole Foods prices for chitlins and greens. I can tell you that right now. So I disagree with the premise.
Look at this. I'm looking at the desserts. And then I say, what is this? Whole Foods really trying to get at people. $3.50 for a slice of key lime pie that looked like somebody done spit it up and threw it up. Look at this.
What is that?
Would you buy this?
No.
It's crazy. I know. Why would they even put that out?
Not to mention the fact that we still beefing with Whole Foods right now for what happened out in California.
Now come back. Where you going? You want to see my receipt? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got a lawsuit now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Where you going? Where you going? Come on. Come on. I want a refund for all this.
So you're not even accurate with your racism. In fact, if Whole Foods were to offer chitlins and greens, that would just accelerate the cultural appropriation. And that would be one cultural appropriation that I would support. Get them onto the chitlins. Get them on. Matter of fact, can we make that happen, black community? Can we make that happen? I want them to start appropriating chitlins, pig feet, hog maws, cow tongue, all that. Can we? Because that would be hilarious. I'm tired of laughing at my family. I want to laugh at y'all. The principal also claimed that Gibson said her school, quote, would be treated differently than another elementary school in the district that was run by a white principal. Now, file that under the least shocking thing. That is the least shocking thing that I have read so far. That it would be treated. Oh, from the woman who drops ends? I bet so. At one point, Moreland Trice made a request to Gibson to relocate some of her students to that other school due to overcrowding and a lack of seating. The request sought to relocate a portion of Pleasantview Elementary's 320 students to Bellevue Elementary, where only 205 students were enrolled. Gibson refused, according to the suit, and told Moreland Trice, "Your kids can sit on the floor." Gibson also moved teachers from Pleasantview to Bellevue, purchased seating for Bellevue's classrooms, and approved more resources for Bellevue's use. Because Pleasantview's teachers were relocated, Moreland Trice was forced to start teaching multiple classes in addition to performing her principal duties. Now here's where I get tight. You don't mess with the kids. You don't mess with the kids. We have fun in this space all the time. You do not mess with the kids. And here is where my anger and my frustration is directed squarely at the people of that community. A little further down in this article, 4 former Black district employees, 4 former Black district employees, including another principal, a security administrator, and a special education teacher, all filed separate federal complaints in 2023 and 2024, alleging Gibson has displayed a pattern of retaliation and racial discrimination. 4 former employees. This is a woman who has been given access and the ability to affect the education of little Black boys and girls after 4 such lawsuits. Exactly how high is the level of disregard you have for the Black people of this district? Here's the last time we were here.
On your block in Macomb County, a local school district is facing another racial discrimination lawsuit. This is the 4th such lawsuit for the Eastpointe School District in just the last 18 months. Gino Vici joins us from Gratiot near 9 Mile with the district's response to this latest lawsuit.
Yes, that's correct. 4 racial discrimination lawsuits against the Eastpointe School District in the past 18 months, leaving some parents wondering what is going on.
Because that's not good at all.
This parent of an Eastpointe High School student says he is stunned to learn about a 4th racial discrimination lawsuit against the district in less than 2 years. It says the district clearly has some issues to sort out behind the scenes.
Yes, they need to, very fast before it gets out of hand.
Some would argue things have already gotten out of hand, including the attorney representing Michael Raley. Raley was a basketball coach and special education teacher here at Eastpointe High School. He's suing the district for racial discrimination. His lawsuit alleges he was the whistleblower and exposed inappropriate behavior and was fired for it. According to Raley's attorney, Jeffrey Hart, who I spoke to on the phone today and via email, he said this, quote, "In our opinion, this is a clear cut of race discrimination and violations of Coach Riley's right to speak out against injustice and inform the ECS board and community of what is going on in its schools. We are confident that all allegations will be proven in court." CBS Detroit also obtained a copy of the report, which indicates that Eastpointe School Superintendent Christina Gibson admitted during prior depositions in other lawsuits to saying the N-word around other employees. The lawsuit states Raley launched a complaint against Gibson and was fired for it. The district responded by saying this in part, quote, "Mr. Raley's accusations were extremely serious and, if true, could have impacted Superintendent Gibson's continued employment and her career in education. However, the investigation showed Mr. Raley was fully aware he had no evidence to support his claims and acted recklessly by making them. As such, an investigation concludes that his accusations were false and made with the intent to harm Superintendent Gibson's reputation, to inflict strife on her family, and embroil other ECF staff members in a bogus controversy." Meanwhile, some parents say it's sad to see how messy things have become in the district and says people need to be held responsible for it, whoever that may be.
They should fire the people that's really corrupting the school system. That's what they should do. Get rid of them people. Get them out of here.
Again, the district responding by saying that initially Mr. Raley was not cooperative with their investigation, which included text messages, emails, as well as in-person interviews. Again, the district saying their investigation concluded that Mr. Raley's claims were false and they're prepared to fight this legal battle in court.
So they concluded that his claims could not be verified, despite the fact that you had 3 previous claims and now you got another one. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you are telling me? And then you want to say, well, he was uncooperative with the investigation. You had 3 other investigations. How did those go? Because if this is the energy you take into the racist investigations, then it's no wonder that he didn't respond. And I also need to know and understand exactly what the thought process is behind disavowing all of these lawsuits and keeping her in place. At a minimum, you have somebody who the Black people in your community aren't comfortable with at a minimum. And that's giving her a whole lot of credit. As a matter of fact, that's giving her way too much credit because she already said she dropped ends. She's already admitted that she dropped ends. So what are we talking about? I need to know who this woman is that you have to keep her as a superintendent despite all of this backlash. She got to be better than Michelle Pfeiffer and Dangerous Minds. She better be better than Morgan Freeman and Lean On Me. Just a combination of the two. And then also do a little football coaching like the Rock and Gridiron Gang. I need to know who is this unbelievable once in a generation educator where you will disavow now 5 lawsuits because you just have to keep her in place.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
At a September 2024 board meeting, the former special education teacher called Gibson racist, inept, and corrupt and said she runs the district, quote, like her own personal crime family. Well, that checks out. That definitely look, put me on that jury. Put me on that jury because that's all I've seen. That is all I've seen. The district has denied all the allegations listed in those lawsuits. Oh, because of course, as for Moreland Trice's complaint, Eastpointe Community School stated it's unable to comment on pending litigation at this time, but it's already denied all allegations listed in those lawsuits. So you've given me all the comment that I need. Now, as insane as this is, right, to think of a jurisdiction doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. I don't even have a word for 5 time, your 5th time doubling down because nobody's ever done it. This is the first time. So we need to invent we call it Eastpointe. They going Eastpointe down. That's 5 double downs. Eastpointe down on this woman, despite all of the evidence. As wild as that is, keep in mind, this is the same state where we saw the judge who admitted she was racist, said she was a new racist, and despite all of that, had all her federal judges protect her.
Well, if you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of.
The 7 investigators have obtained the recordings that county officials say prompted Judge Ryan's removal.
Oh, he's just I have no use for him.
She's made it a living hell in the past 6 years. I mean, it's been terrible. It's cost me relationships. I think it's affected my health. Can't sleep.
Attorney Edward Hutton is the Oakland County Probate Court Administrator. He's in charge of running everything that's not under the judge's purview inside one of the state's largest probate courts. Hutton alleges Judge Ryan has been calling him both during work and after hours for years. And Hutton says during those hours and hours of calls, Judge Ryan said highly inappropriate things.
Why did you start recording the calls?
I just felt like it wasn't going to change. Nothing's manipulated in it. It's conversations that I was a part of, and I'm absolutely willing to testify to the authenticity of every single one of them.
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist. I never was, but now I am because you're shoving the down my throat and making allegations that you don't know about. You're telling me who I am and you've never met me.
And that's not all. In preparation for this particular story, right? In preparation to do this story, look what I found. You know when you look for something on YouTube and it'll start showing similar videos in the tab? Look what my tab was looking like as I was doing research for this video.
Controversy surrounding a local school principal that has a community deeply divided.
This is happening at Memphis Community Schools in northern Macomb County. A parent said that she found screenshots of text messages containing racist and derogatory remarks allegedly from the elementary school principal. These are just accusations at this point. Erica Erickson has been speaking with school officials and parents about all this. And Erica, again, these are just accusations at this point, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And there are some very, very strong opinions on both sides of this. Some parents who are supporting that principal say it's not fair. She was disciplined without evidence. Others are telling a much different story.
How many years do all these complaints go back?
I would say 3 to 4 probably.
This is just one of many parents accusing the principal of Memphis Elementary, Susan Hankins, seen here discussing a memorable year ahead for children on the district's homepage, of repeated bullying, racism, and homophobia. Disturbing screenshots of text messages, though appearing but not confirmed to be from her, now circulating all over social media.
What do you think when you see those messages?
makes me sick. It makes me absolutely sick. There's stuff about mentally handicapped in there, gays, black people, like it's just not okay.
But wait, there's more.
In St. Clair Shores, police are looking for the person they say spray painted racist graffiti on Lakeview High School. School leaders say it was discovered Monday morning and was removed within hours.
Honestly, it might have been one of those administrators that we just talked to. Have they talked to Christina Gibson? Have they talked to her? And by the way, don't think I was done.
All right, switching gears, the superintendent of Warren Fitzgerald Schools is under fire tonight. She and the food services director are accused of smoking marijuana during school hours.
Sorry, I wasn't supposed to play that one. I had just saved that one for me to view. 'Cause we've been looking at schools for. No, just go to the next one.
You're in this school system.
Then why didn't you stay in Mexico?
You need to leave.
That's right. The viral, you need to leave. The viral, you need to leave came from Michigan. That was a meeting between parents and administrators about racist incidents at a Michigan school.
Went to his bedroom to say goodnight, and he was crying because of the abuse that he was enduring in this school system.
Then why didn't you stay in Mexico?
You need to leave.
That's right. They done gone viral because of how out of pocket Michigan has become.
What up, though?
Did he start the video, what up, though? Now I'm mad I didn't start my video, what up, though. Now I'm mad. Hey, any video that start what up, though is getting a watch from me and a like.
So, hey, before I get a little background on this story, I'm going to tell y'all where it's located, right? Where this happened was a place called Eastpointe, Michigan. It used to be called East Detroit, Michigan. But Eastpointe didn't want any connection with the city of Detroit, so they changed the name. So that pretty much lets you know where the mind state, the actions of this city pretty much lay, right? Or how they feel about the city of Detroit. I got to drink some soursop on that one.
Yes, it does. That tells me a whole lot. Yes, it does.
So this is my whole take on the thing, man. Like, for people who say racism is still not alive, they're lying. Absolutely. I guess they're living in some type of fantasy, make-believe type of world, because if you say racism still doesn't exist, then you need to get out your bubble and wake up to really what's happening in the world. And for the people who live in the city, like we know certain places like Warren or, Eastpointe and places like these still have racial undertones. There's still racist people that are in this city. But see, this is the thing I don't get, right? So you don't like Detroit, right? You don't want to be associated with Detroit. These places, oh, Detroit this and Detroit this. But you will come down here to a Tigers game. You will come down here to a Lions game. You will come down here to a Red Wings game, right? So I feel like this. If you really don't like the city, don't come down here. Like, petition to have the Red Wings or some place like that move to Eastpointe or Warren or Farmington or Dearborn or somewhere like that. Places that, hey, you could go see the games without coming to the city of Detroit. Because fact is, if you don't like what's going on in the city, then don't come. Don't pick and choose, oh, we go to a Tigers game, but don't come. Like, the city is trying to build up. The city is trying to have unity. We don't want to be like, oh, it's all black, white people ain't allowed. But we also feel like, well, white people that's coming into the city shouldn't have this attitude as the blacks don't belong. We were here, good and bad. We were here. When it was bankruptcy written all downtown, when it wasn't no motion downtown, we were here. So where is this mindset that we coming down here and we're looking at you like you don't belong? Listen, hey, we don't have that energy down here. And we suggest you don't bring that energy down here. If you want to come down here, we unite, we network, hey, we make stuff happen, but do not try to exclude us from a city that we've been here all along. And this right here, hey, this just goes to show. People of skin color sometimes feel that they are of a higher power, and they feel because who is in the White House or in power that have bigotry views or, racist views, they feel that gives them ammunition to carry on. Just like that. Like, no, that's not the case. And until we really come together, man, and really fight for what's important, stuff like this will continue to happen. You see the stuff on social media, blacks on blacks, blacks robbing. Like, bro, come on. At some point in time, man, it got to be enough people of us to be like, listen, bro, this got to change. We are going to stand up for a city that we are from, and we are not going to allow this negative influx of racist mindsets, bigotry, like none of that. We're not going to allow that. Detroit is united. What up, though? Yeah, we got our problems, but at the core of it, we love our city. And if you don't love our city, why come?
I'm happy to see that kind of consciousness on the ground in Detroit. I have been here far too many times dealing with Michigan. I thought Ohio was bad. My goodness. They gonna play Ohio, Michigan in robes this year. Let me find out. It's bad. So I'm glad to see this kind of consciousness on the ground there in Michigan. And by the way, I'm not done. I might have to circle the block and hit some of those other cases specifically. But for today, congratulations, Christina Gibson. You are our Racist of the Week. And bring the whole Eastpointe Community Schools with you. Because I did the same thing with the judge. I told her bring all her fellow judges that want to protect her. Yeah, bring the whole Eastpointe community. Five, really? I mean, tell me you don't care without just telling me you don't care. We'll let 5 discrimination lawsuits. I mean, really. Put me on that jury. I'm telling you. When they said the number 5, this is number 5, guilty. Next, can I go home? When do I get my debit card with my money for jury duty? No, I already said guilty. Why? Because this was their 5th suit. That's why. Hey, I would like to cordially invite you to my premiere. Did you know I premiere all of my videos? I have them every day, and I'm in the chat going back and forth with you guys live. So be on the lookout for notifications. And every day when we're in the premiere, I hear the same thing. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't get the notifications, which is something that I'm looking into, by the way.
What are you prepared to do about it? Don't let no one come into your house. Take your meal. Do what you need to do today.
Another way that you can help ensure you get those notifications is to subscribe to the channel. And also that helps amplify and boost our signal to make sure everybody is getting the message on all the good stuff that we got going on. Message! And of course, if you're interested in early access to the videos, the deep archive, the backstage, the extras, there is a link to membership in the description box to all of the videos. And if you like me, cheap is life. I remember my parents used to buy me shoes that were 3 sizes too big so I could grow into them. Well, the discount for the first month of the Patreon is running out, so make sure you take advantage of that at patreon.com/ReeseWaters. And all of you existing members, there's a code for you guys to try it for free for the first couple of months on me. Now, I want you to take a listen to something.
Turn me up a little bit, or just a little bit more. I got a message that I want to send across the world. Listen, baby.
Now that was sent in to us by Thomas Young, or as his friends call him, Preach.
Yeah, Ricky Fontaine. Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
For use on my Way of Waters channel. Well, I'm looking for the exact same thing on this channel. So if you are a musician or you know one and you got a cut of music that you wouldn't mind going hand in hand with some really good jokes and social justice commentary, go ahead and send it my way at admin@reesewaters.com. And now end, as I always do, with eternal gratitude for helping us get to this point.